Listen, it's been a long time coming. I am finally decorating my house.
One step forward, two steps backwards, yeah. Immature lover who don't use
So I really thought this time would never come. I am finally decorating my house. It's been about 2 years since we moved into this house and I never really did anything with this space. Yeah, we painted, we redid the floor, staircase, we did some accent walls, but I never really bought any decor or any furniture to fill out the space because I was not entirely sure what I wanted to go for until now. You guys are definitely getting like a little mini sneak peek to my master bedroom makeover, which is coming soon. A lot of these things are gonna change out depending on what I decide to add to the space, but I did wanna show you guys some of the pieces that I recently picked up. Some are affordable, some are high end, but I feel like mixing the two together is what's really gonna give you that designer look for less. So if you guys enjoy these videos and you wanna see more like it, let me know. I definitely wanna do like some DIYs to show you guys how you can definitely get a high-end look on a budget. So make sure you guys subscribe and like this video so that way I know. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the pieces because I have a lot to get through. So let's talk about books really quickly. I feel like incorporating books into your styling could really help elevate a space, whether you're using them on a bookshelf, an actual coffee table, a dresser, or a nightstand. So I went crazy when it came to the books. I did purchase all my books over on Amazon. So if you guys are interested in any of the ones I picked up, I will have them all listed down below. So make sure you guys check out the description. But one thing I always look for whenever I am shopping for a coffee table book or a book for styling is the color and the spine. Because yeah, the cover, it's great and everything. But once you get to stacking books on top of each other, you're not really gonna see the cover. You're only gonna see the color of the book and the spine. So I did opt for a lot of light colored books as well as some neutral colored books. I don't really love books with a ton of color just because I do want to keep my space very neutral. So one of the first books I picked up is this one here. It's called Eat, Drink, Nap. This is a very popular coffee table book. I did have to wait a couple of weeks for it to come back in stock, but it's such great quality. It's this really nice linen material. It's a neutral color and the font is very, very minimal on the spine. Then I got this book right here. It's called Still, and I really love that the font on the spine is right in the corner as opposed to right in the center because it gives it some variation whenever you are stacking the books on top of each other. This one is called Feels Like Home. And if you notice anything about the books that I am sharing with you, a lot of them are all about home decor or home design because for me personally, when I see books like that styled in a space, they definitely give me a more homey and comforting vibe as opposed to getting like the Chanel's and the Dior's and the Tom Fords and Vogues. For me, looking at those books in a space can come off a little bit more intimidating, but then again, that's just me. So I really, really like this one. I love the spine of it. I love that it has like different fonts. So it gives it a different element whenever you are looking at them stacked together. This one is called This Is Home and the font is just super basic. And then the last one I got is a really pretty light gray color. It's called Made for Living. And again, the spine is just really, really nice and minimal. A couple more books that I ended up picking up are actually right behind me, stacked on top of a lamp. One is called Minimalista, and you can see that the font and the spine is just very nice and minimal. I got the book called At Home, which is a really pretty nice black book, and it says At Home right in the corner. And then I got the book called Live Beautiful, which is like right in center, very big, very thin font. And I really love the way that these books look stacked together. So I'm actually really excited to share with you guys some of the planters and the vessels I picked up. A lot of them are from Hobby Lobby, so definitely check out Hobby Lobby. Oftentimes you can find a lot of their pieces for 50% off. This one here though was not 50% off. It was the original sticker price, and it is this planter here. Like look how freaking good this planter is. I love that it is like an off black color. It has some distressing to it. You could also see the lines in it, and I feel like for me personally, I would probably add like a little bit more black or brown to the bottom so that way it looks like it's been sitting outside in the dirt and it is a little bit more aged. But this is like so freaking good, and I paid $25.99 for this. They also have it in a lighter color, but that one didn't quite fit my vibe or my aesthetic, so I just opted for the dark one. And I didn't just get one, I got two. So one thing I'm noticing I want more of in my space is more warm tones, because whenever you incorporate warmer pieces into a space, it just feels a lot more warm and welcoming. So I saw this and I instantly knew I needed it in my life. Like, look how good this planter is. It definitely looks like an old antique vessel. Like, I love it so much. They really did a good job with this one. The original price is $15.99, but I got it half off for $8. Don't get alarmed when you see these next couple of pieces, because the color doesn't quite match my vibe or my aesthetic, but I do plan on using them in a future DIY video where I show you guys how I transform certain vases to fit my overall style and aesthetic. So that video is definitely coming soon. One of those pieces is this one here. This definitely gives off more of like a green blue hue. So I'm not sure if it's really gonna work in my space, but if it doesn't, I could always DIY this. I just really love the shape of this. I love like the indentation in it. I also love how narrow the top is with this handle here. I feel like it definitely gives off like that antique finish, and it's just very different from all the other pots and vases that I have. So I had to get this one. The price on this one is $29.99, but I got it for half off, so I paid $15. Then I got these here, which I know I said do not be alarmed by the overall color of these. These definitely don't match the vibe or the aesthetic, but I felt like I can do some really awesome things with these and DIY them in a future video. So I got this one because we are going to be doing some shelf styling in this little nook behind me. So you guys will see that in a video to come. This was $5.99, but I got it for half off, which I think is a great deal. Then I found this one at Target, and now that I think about it, $10.50 for this is a little expensive. You can find something very similar at Hobby Lobby and definitely DIY the color, but I saw it and I picked it up. And then I also picked this one up as well. I really love the scallop detail right here at the top, and I love that it's just very slim and it's not too tall. Some vessels that definitely match my vibe and aesthetic are actually styled on the dresser right behind me. The biggest vessel probably is one of my top favorites, mainly because it definitely reminds me of something that you can pick up from RH or Pottery Barn. It does originally retail for $99, which I know is so crazy for a vessel, but I got it for half off, so I only paid $50. I really love the texture on this. I love the detailing of it. I love that it has some black in it, so it definitely creates some contrast. And for me personally, it's probably one of my best Hobby Lobby finds. I also picked up the vessel right next to it, which is a really pretty off black color. It has some white in it, so it looks a little bit distressed. I love the handles on this one. It definitely reminds me more of an antique pot. The original price on this one is $34.99, so I paid $17 for it. This next little vase that I picked up is a wood material. It's definitely more of a distressed wood, and I feel like this can go with so many different decor designs, whether you're into that rustic, that modern look, that farmhouse look. It really just depends on how you style it, and I paid $7 for this one. Now, don't get me wrong, I love real plants as much as the next person, but I just can't keep them alive for the life of me. So I got some stems, and I got 2 faux stems, and I also got a faux succulent. The first one I picked up is from Michael's, and I feel like this is such a pretty and realistic version of an olive stem. I picked up quite a bit of these to use in styling all over the house. I feel like they're really nice to have on hand. And then I picked up this fern. This one here retailed for $7.99, but I got it for half off. And you can definitely see I picked up quite a bit of these. I popped them in the vessel, and I feel like it definitely gives off that moss-like feel. The only thing and con I will say about this is that I wish the branch was a brown color, because I feel like that would make it look a little bit more realistic. I could definitely go in with some brown paint or something like that, but that's just a little too much work. I feel like this will do. It's still really good, and it definitely gives me the look and feel that I'm going for. And then I ended up getting this succulent here, which is so crazy because for so long I feel like I was really chasing that pompous trend, but now I'm back on the greens. I love how big this is. It was a little pricey though, $39.99. I did get it for half off, $20, but still $20. That's a little expensive, but it's big, it's nice and beautiful. You can stick this on a planter on the floor next to a bench. Not entirely sure how I'm gonna go about styling it, but I will update you guys in a future home decor video soon. So I also ended up picking up a piece of art, which is really big for me, but I definitely believe that art helps really tie in a space. So I saw saw this one at Hobby Lobby and I knew I had to pick it up. I love the matte on it. I also love the gold detailing and the warm frame. For me personally, I decided to style it on top of my dresser, right next to my mirror, right next to those vessels. And I feel like it looks really pretty, really homey, and just really, really warm. So definitely one of my favorite finds. It does retail for $23.99, but I got it for half off. By the way, when I say I went crazy with the olive stems, I really went crazy. Can you tell I love olive stems? I also forgot about this vase. I picked this up from Hobby Lobby as well. You can definitely see that this is like a huge vessel. This is something that you would see in like an antique shop or something like that. Something that costs a ton of money. The original price on this was $150, but I got it for half off, and I definitely feel like that is such a steal for this, because I got like a smaller vase and a smaller vessel from Pottery Barn for like 80 bucks, and it wasn't even like half the size. This is so good. I really love the detailing on this. It's just perfect. Do not sleep on Hobby Lobby. So I did pop into HomeGoods really quick just to see what they have, but I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like I never find anything at HomeGoods, with the exception of like 2 things. So I ended up finding this head here. You guys, how freaking good is this? I know, a little scary. It was on my dresser and I was going to sleep. I opened my eyes and I told Ulysses, he's looking at me. Yeah, a little creepy. I don't love how glossy this is, but I do intend on spray painting it a matte color and distressing it up a little bit just to make it look a little bit more vintage, a little bit more in. But I definitely want to incorporate this in my styling, maybe in that little nook that we're building. We'll see. Maybe in my office. I don't know where I'm going to use this yet, but I knew it was too good to pass up, and the price on this was $49.99. And then another thing I picked up from HomeGoods are these beads here. I love how chunky and thick the beads are. I do have some that I picked up on Amazon, but they're just like very thin, very flimsy. And these definitely look a little bit more high quality and luxe. So the last couple pieces I am going to share with you guys are pieces from Crate & Barrel. And I will say Crate & Barrel is a little more on the expensive side, but sometimes it's definitely worth paying a higher price tag for something and incorporating those pieces with more affordable pieces to get that luxe look for less. So I did end up getting this bowl with like a stand, and I know you could definitely find something like this at Hobby Lobby or HomeGoods, but I just could not find it in the color that I wanted. So for this, I ended up styling the HomeGoods beads with the plate that I got from Crate & Barrel, and I think it looks really, really cute. I'm obsessed. Another piece I ended up picking up from Crate & Barrel is the huge mirror you see behind me. Now, I was going back and forth between whether or not I wanted to spend the money on the one from Crate & Barrel because it is a little pricey. We looked on Amazon, Kirkland's, Target, but we ended up opting for the one from Crate & Barrel, and I'm so happy with it. It is such a heavy mirror. It feels very high quality. I love that the metal is a thin material, so it's not like bulky or sticking out, and the mirror has a nice bevel to it, so it looks really pretty and luxe on top of my dresser. So I'm actually really sad to say that I ended up buying the faux olive tree from Crate & Barrel, which I know is crazy expensive. I really wanted to love the ones from Hobby Lobby or Amazon, but nothing compared to how full the faux tree was from Crate & Barrel. So I bit the bullet, I bought the tree, and it fills out the corner of my room very nicely. I feel like paired with the right planter with some moss on top is just going to be chef's kiss. I also can't wait to hang my curtains because I feel like it's really going to create a really nice and cozy feel to my room. So I almost forgot to share with you guys the lamp. The lamp behind me is a new purchase as well, and it's an affordable purchase. I picked it up over at Target. I want to say it was about 50 bucks. I love the overall shape of it. I love the lampshade, but I'm just not too keen on the color. So I will be including that lamp in a future DIY video where I change the color to fit my overall aesthetic. So stay tuned for that. Last and final thing I want to share with you is a rug. Now, I'm so picky whenever it comes to rugs. I really thought I was never gonna find a rug for this space because I don't want anything with too much color in it. I don't want anything vibrant. I want something that's neutral, but I don't want the print to be like in your face. I want something a little bit more subdued. So I ended up finding this rug at Kirkland's. Like, I was just in there strolling and patrolling with Atlas and my mom. I pulled out the rug, and when I saw it, I knew it was going to go perfect in this space. I love the overall color of it. I feel like it goes very well with our bed and our nightstand. So definitely stay tuned for my master bedroom makeover. I seriously cannot wait to finish off this space. I have so many more videos to come. Trust me when I tell you, this is just going to be the first installment to creating a space that I know and love. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, of course, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe. And until next time, I'll be sure to catch you guys all on the next one.
Baby, can't you figure
Deuces.
it out? What's going on in your heart? What's it gonna